here they go. Osiris is the first skin we've got to show you this week. It's going to be called Lord of Silence. And there is the card art on your screen. And already, I'm looking at it. And I want to say one thing, Chuck. That you guys, in the, for the tier 2s, just lately, you've come a long way with them, with what you've been doing with them so far. How come there's been a big step up just lately?
We have kind of beefed up our resources on the concept art side, so we've been able to put a lot more time and focus onto art directing the tier 2s and kind of beefing them up a little bit. So we've just been investing more effort into it and trying to make them super enhanced as opposed to being more lateral views of the character. So
we can go into game right about now.
There we go.
You guys at home. And looking at this one, I mean, there's a lot more. Looks like more jewelry's been added to this one.
Yes, he's got a bejeweled scythe. We looked at a lot of Egyptian jewelry as reference here and just used that to kind of give Osiris a more pumped up look while still being Osirian. So
a little bit green on this one as well. Is that because
it's very green?
Source?
Yeah. We just wanted to have more variation from the base character. So
awesome. And that's gonna be a tier 2 skin available in the next patch, guys.
Not a tier. Look at his abs, bro.
Teaser taste
golden
of the skins that we've got coming through this patch. Next up is gonna be Enchanted Chang'e. Now this one, when we get to it on the card art, she's clearly a princess, Chuck, and she's on a balcony right now waving it all.
Oh, that's the freaking rabbit, man. I thought the rabbit was about to be a god or a skin for a god.
Yeah,
I was excited, bro.
He's excited. He's ready to party.
So it looks like a very, very fairy tale looking like skin we've gone for with this one as well. It's a tier 3 skin as well, so obviously new animations and things. Regarding the animations, I mean, first thing I want to say.
Why does it look like a Disney princess? What
yes,
the
it's
shit?
Very sparkly. The fantasy princess was definitely.
This is Chang'e, right? Yeah, it's definitely Chang'e.
So we went with maximum sparkles.
Hang on. You say maximum sparkles?
What's up, Italian stallion?
HEYYYY.
Thank you for the resub, bro.
We couldn't go any sparklier without distracting from the gameplay or making it confusing. So
you couldn't add a single another sparkle to this skin.
I think that would be unwise. So Josh sparkled it out.
Yeah, look at this fucking
rabbit. That's not a sparkly skin, just to be clear. So with this skin as well,
she actually does have the persistent sparkles that are just on and kind of active all the time.
How many resubs? What is going on? Demons are.
What's up, week 3 and how's your day going? Any news on ADC for Alge?
Westfield of obviously a Chinese princess that's in a Western culture.
Yeah, we were trying to take the conception of Chang'e and kind of push it into the Western cultural ideal, which is the fantasy princess. So sparkles.
Well, you can actually see more sparkles on the in-hands as well. A little bit more animation added to those too. And obviously that was the first ability Pom-Pom showed us. We've got the others as well.
Mr. Bun, are you having fun?
She talks in this one as well. It's not the bunny.
She does.
Does the bunny speak at all in this pack as well?
I don't know. I know we discussed the bunny having a happy chipmunk voice, but maybe we switched it to the princess.
I believe he does actually. He says some lines.
Boring. I'm like, keep expecting something cool other than the sparklies. Just sparkles.
Particular item.
Did you show the 3 as well, Pom-Pom? Did I miss that one?
The 3.
I did.
It's just
so many sparkles. That's it.
It's amazing.
You can never have enough sparkles. That's what I've learned about this. Obviously, it comes with a voice pack as well. So hopefully, Pom-Pom has the voice pack ready.
I think I do.
You better.
Chang'e skin is beautiful. I mean, it's really sparkly and looks like a Disney princess.
Lovely. My hero.
Like, I have no complaints. It's not a bad skin at all. I just keep expecting some cool effect.
I'm sorry to say this, but she is way out of your league.
Oh, there's the rabbit.
Remember not to lose your shoe this time, Your Highness.
Stop waiting for Prince Charming. Get up and find him. The poor guy might be stuck in a tree or something. Attack! Attack middle lane!
They always put so much time into showing the skins instead of just
the whole
fucking
princess feel there as well, Chuck, as well.
Yeah, let's get a look at the rabbit.
showing the stuff that everyone cares about.
Let's make it go.
Make him go away.
Oh, let's do that real quick.
Make him go away.
Oh, sure thing. Why don't I just tend to the garden, polish the silver.
Here he goes.
He's hopping around.
Nice, he's got a little debonair little suit on for himself as well, just to show that he assists the princess at all times. So that skin pretty much going to be available tier 3, available in the next patch as well, Pom-Pom, yeah?
Yeah. There's actually one more cool thing that I know about the skin that someone came and told me about is the death.
The death?
Yes, the death.
The death.
Let's do it.
Killer.
You have served me well, Mr. Bun.
What the shit? She turned into a pumpkin! Bro, she just turned into a pumpkin.
He eats the pumpkin.
He ate the pumpkin!
The rabbit does?
He fucking ate her dead pumpkin body, bro!
I didn't realize that one.
What?
The rabbit eats.
Yo, why is the coolest part of the skin the death?
Chang'e is a pumpkin.
Alright, Chang'e must die at all times in my games, and I will watch the pumpkin. Be
Children
eaten
want this
by
skin.
the rabbit.
I wasn't directly in charge of this particular. Okay, let's see. Oh, dang
Oh,
it.
he just cuts
No,
out
there
just
he
in
is.
time.
There he
It
is.
He's
And
eating
then
it.
He's eating
he
it.
sniffs it, and then he nods.
He ate it.
Man.
He ate the fucking
Well done.
pumpkin.
So there we go.
That's
Well then. Actually, no. can you
Incoming
spawn
Disney
Odin bot
lawsuit,
there?
probably.
I think an Odin bot next to it. We'll just do it one more
Bro,
time. I wanna see the rabbit
I'm
with the pink
excited
guys,
just
I'm sorry.
because of how this bitch dies.
Man,
Right.
don't spend
Die.
too much time thinking about that. It's right up there with Capri Lobster. If you think about it too much, it just starts getting scary.
There's a
Oh
pumpkin.
my gosh.
Oh,
Eat
oh,
it.
There we
you see
go.
now?
Eat
There's
it.
a way to do it.
Eat the pumpkin.
Yeah.
He just goes in too, bro.
Chunga.
That's
Oh
terrifying.
my
Don't put that,
gosh.
please.
Yo, he ate
Yeah,
the
I like
booty.
skin way more now.
The rabbit eats the
Me too.
chunga
Me too.
booty. I wonder if
So
high res
weird.
realized what they just
Talking about the
did.
skins, we also
They just made a
have
rabbit
Terra
eat
as
chunga
well.
booty.
Cannibalism kind of a thing.
Whole Party Jing Wei is here as well.
Moving on.
Now this skin chuck
Oh,
as
what
well
the
is
hell? Water
obviously-
gun.
we just
Yo.
have a bit of fun with this. It's a lot of Jing Wei, classic Jing Wei.
Better
sort of
shoot
a
water out of the
polished
water
style.
gun.
Yeah, well, yeah, so we wanted to kind of, we don't have that many kind of tween age characters in the game, so we wanted to take advantage of that to the maximum amount, and in the summer
the booty too
program was
good.
definitely the time to do that. So
Well, water pistol in hand, and first of all, just look at those wings. That's a lot. Those wings are just beautiful. The
Those
rainbow
wings are
effect.
awesome, actually.
yeah, that came out cool.
Now,
We originally
if this
had
bitch
kind
doesn't
of
shoot
wings
water
made
out
out
of the
inflatable
gun, I'm gonna be
pool floaty
very pissed
material,
off.
And it just didn't feel that
I'm gonna
great.
email
We
Hi-Res
switched
if
over
that
to the
gun does
parrot,
not
and
shoot
then we
water out of
adjusted
it.
the parrot colors into the pink, cyan, gold color
Yeah,
scheme.
she's even got Ray-Bans
Turned out
on.
pretty
She's
cool.
ready
Kind
to
of
go.
God's design as well, I guess. Being a young girl instead
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
the parrot design.
it's
as
just
such.
kind of fun and lighthearted.
The
and,
gun.
you get to shoot water at people.
I'm literally just waiting for the
She
gun to
is a
get
super
shot.
soaker as well in hand to actually kill all enemies with, and Pompon should be able to show off some of the abilities as well. Obviously, tier 3 skin, so it's going to have a lot of different animations, and there's the water pistol shoot already.
Mhm.
Simple enough.
Oh shit!
That's
Is that like a okay,
Pool
a little
party,
pool?
says.
pool
I
party
like it.
logo.
Okay.
So far, I'm no complaints. Stream,
Now
we got no
here's the
complaints.
Explosive bolts.
Shoot it again. Oh my
Yes, we went
gosh!
with the water balloon cloud.
Water
You
balloons,
can bounce
bro.
off of things. We
Oh,
really
so
Okay,
Bounce
I'm
off
playing
targets
Jing
as
Wei
well?
all
playing
day.
around with
Playing
bouncing things
Jing
off of
Wei.
things lately.
Just for
Actually,
the
good
skin.
question for you. Like, we did that first skin of Aphrodite where we added the cats, and then
Right.
since then, I think everybody fell in love with it. Is that why we started to see more of these now?
Well, that just turned out to be really fun, and then we ended up doing it on the volleyball skins too, because bouncing the ball off of people's
Hand
heads
the mic,
was
I'll bet.
hilarious.
Of course, yeah.
And so now, if we have an opportunity and that comes up, we definitely just go ahead and do it. Oh no, that's
gonna
Oh, they
cosplay
could have made the
this?
dash cooler, that's for
No?
sure.
Okay. Agility.
Could have made it more like a
Fire
water
as well,
slide.
and the
Like if she
ultimate as
jumped
well.
into a water slide,
I
that would have
did-
been fucking
I
awesome.
cosplayed Poseidon. I
Or
won the
a,
Halloween
slip and
contest
slide?
last year.
Oh, as
with,
Poseidon?
It was Poolseidon.
Poseidon.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate to surround things off there.
Water
as well.
bombs.
Is the water droplet bombs.
Very
Just
neat.
like a splash pad. It's really pretty skin.
So you can do voice
Yeah,
back.
she shoots
Anything
water
else to add to
balloons,
this one,
man.
Chuck? Or is that
No,
pretty much it?
It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm very happy with the way it turned out. So it's lots of fun.
Awesome. Well, let's go through the voice pack then and see exactly how this voice pack's going to play and see
No voice
what she
packs.
sounds like in
Voice
this game.
packs are
That's what I
always
understand
boring.
About this one, Pompon,
This one's
is
not boring, I'll
the,
be shocked.
situation where it's actually her going to a pool party is the plan.
Yeah, she's going to a pool party.
So let's hear it.
Whee! Your toad's amazing. Your toad's amazing. Toad's amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll actually spam that shit.
It's enough totes.
Your toad's amazing.
Look at these indoor kids. What if instead of water, I put gravy in the water gun? Only 7 days of swimming makes 1 week. Why do birds fly south for the winter? 'Cause it's too far to walk.
I actually like
Can't
this
handle
game
high
because
res
it is
sometimes.
her just at a pool party, still the same skin.
What's up, Ice Vision?
Pompon though, you forgot one thing, didn't you?
Yeah,
I
the
can't
passive.
handle
you did.
high
You
res
can show off
sometimes,
passive too.
man.
Pompon. There you go. You can see her take
does
off
this?
the beautiful wings.
Yeah, the rainbow effect too, I believe. Then you land.
There you go. Super Soaker 9000 coming at you with Jing Wei in the latest patch. Also, shouts to Chuck for joining us today as well.
All right, show me the real
He's gonna be
changes.
here a little bit more in
Break
terms
the
of
game.
dealing with the
Show me
art
red
force.
pot.
We
Watch, they're
talked
gonna bring
about
pots
some of the things
back.
that
They're
we
gonna be
overlooked
twice
sometimes
as strong
going
and
into
half
skins
as
and
much
what gets
gold.
involved. But now it's pie time.
Yeah, it's pie
It's
time.
everyone's favorite time of the show, right?
Yeah, you thought we were going to like
I don't have pie anymore.
updates
Chuck,
or patch notes.
Chuck took my.
Why is he
my
eating
so I don't
pie?
have any anymore.
Mm.
I'm pieless. But the good news is the patch isn't. Achievements.
That's
the
delicious.
first thing to go on your screen and discuss first of all is these standard old achievements. Isis is going to be the first achievement that's going to be she's going to get some love with achievements. It's going to be silenced as Isis silenced 15 enemy gods in a single match using Dispel. Not only that, stay in the circle as Isis heal 3 or more teammates and kill an enemy god using a single circle of protection.
Yeah.
Pretty more difficult to do, but it's possible.
Yeah, like have your team dive on like a Gold Fury and then just steal it away and kill someone and heal your team.
That's not really, I mean, I don't know. If someone's diving for a Gold Fury, that's where you're going to do it.
That is going to also have it spreading. A SHREK kill an enemy god and make it spread to 2 additional enemy gods. So make sure you use your ultimate and get the poison spread there. As well as
it's just stupid achievements. It's just the double belt. These achievements suck.
Critical strike hits.
Yep.
I was going to say, wait, did they make it so SHREK's poison can bounce to 2 after 1?
Really lucky.
But no.
Next up is Terra. I like to juggle. As Terra, use Power Cleave and Fearless together to juggle 3 or more enemy gods at once.
Yep.
Nice. And then on top of that, bringing down the Law as Terra kill 15 enemy gods with the damage from Lawbringer.
Yeah, those people who try to hide under their tower like wimps. You just
confirm.
leap on them.
Now, also, we forgot to mention as well that in that patch, there's also going to be the Floaty Unicorn Ward as well.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that.
Floaty Unicorn Ward. Okay, this better be adorable.
Real quick, just give me 1 second.
I'll be able to switch off the AFK ward finally.
Also, in the Summer of Smite, because obviously Jing Wei is coming out and the Floaty Unicorn, which is absolutely awesome looking with its inflatable unicorn, which is what you're going to see.
Yeah.
Is the F. Announcer pack, which I'm not sure if we're able to show.
Not the F. Announcer.
But we can show the Floaty Unicorn on your screen.
Yeah, no, I was kidding. F. Awesome.
The Floaty Unicorn is very, very pretty.
It is very.
Oh my gosh, it's so fluffy looking, bro.
Really cute.
I'm using that ward from now on. We're done.
That's also going to be available as well as the F.
We're done.
Will be in this patch. You'll be able to unlock that for yourselves at home too.
It's like the Minions in the Minions movie when the little girl wins the unicorn. She goes, "It's so fluffy, I'm gonna die."
Anyway, then. So, actually, that's the next thing we're going to talk about is miscellaneous, which is the party system. Now, the party system's had a bit of an overhaul in the interface here. Your party member will now show in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen and allow you to add, remove, or message your party members from the main interface.
Awesome! That's actually a really good change for the party system. The party system is ass
in the bottom right-hand corner for you guys to see at home.
Yes! Yes, high res. You made a graphical change that made sense.
Watch icon, and I'm over there as like the lead. I can hit plus, and I can search through a list of friends.
You've got no friends.
I don't have any friends. Nope, no one here wants to be my friend.
That makes you feel good about life.
And then if you don't have the My Friends list, you can always type here and search and then add them.
Okay.
I believe this is also like clans, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's clans as well on there and friends list. You can search through and actually see.
So it quickly filters, and then when they're in the party, their icon takes up the plus spot. And you can hover over them and do options if you need to kick that person.
I think that's really smart because usually you go to the party menu and you have to check how many members in the party in case somebody left, but you can clearly see now in the bottom right-hand corner, guys, who
There's also a bug with parties where if you have it open and you go into a game, it gets fucking bugged. That's really good.
Next up, we added a preview button to the music theme page, so you can check all the music out before you end up putting it on for yourself.
Oh snap!
Also,
music
the
theme page
timer by 15 seconds to allow for more time during the god reroll trade phase.
Yes.
Awesome.
So this one
has just been improved.
We saw a thread where people saying like, "Hey, I'm actually kind of when all the gods are loading in, there's a certain point where like I can't actually make it to the trade phase in time." And so we looked and we saw that on especially really low end machines, they were having a hard time getting all the gods loaded before the trading phase because it's so short in Assault. So we've added an extra 10-15 seconds so that now players will have a much more likely chance of being able to like see other team, make sure they can coordinate trades, make sure they can coordinate everything like that, and
Extra 15 seconds, guys. A lot of people were asking for it. I've seen it.
Then what? Below the stream is all my equipment I use.
In Assault for you. We've also adjusted the position of global emotes to explode when they were where they were fired.
Yeah. So this one was you'd fire it and then you'd walk a certain place and then the firework would explode above you.
Okay.
And now it actually explodes at the place you fired it instead of where you were.
Oh, okay. So you can't like Loki.
That's
use
such
it,
a random change,
kill
bro.
someone and get GG straight away. That'd be cool.
Well,
we should leave it in.
Look at all the shit they fixed,
we should leave it
man.
for the Loki ones there.
Very confusing.
Well. On top of that, we've also fixed the Summer of Smite loading frame animation, which was previously not playing.
Yep.
Now playing.
I think the tikis light up.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that one. I don't have it just yet. I've not been playing enough. Fixed an issue where Volcapin Redbeard Vulcan was playing the same voice line for 2 different lines.
Wait, what?
Literally unplayable.
Oh, I remember vaguely what they were, but yeah, we fixed it.
Good. On top of that, fixed Briar Queen.
Great, Pon, making important changes here.
To give it more dimension.
Yeah, it was a little bit twig-like.
Flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit twig-like.
Less twig-like, more arm-like. That's the one with that one. Fixed issue where new War Challenger and Ace skins were not showing their CC immunity glow. now glow.
And that is fixed.
Yo, that would be so broken.
They pop like beads.
Oh, that would have been awesome to know.
Also, issue where Sylvanas' ability, Wrath of Terra, was showing error text.
We fixed it.
Well, Terra's here now.
I like how he's so. We fixed it.
So she kind of.
I'm so excited.
The case. Fixed it all up. And finally, for those at home that I saw a little bit of a tweet leak earlier on this week, we've got some changes as well to the duel mode in the duel map. Talk to me about why we're changing, first of all, and what the idea of this change is going to be.
Yeah, so in duel, there are a lot of times where you very clearly establish an early lead, you're kind of dominating, and then when you're trying to end it, they don't die. Like when you kill them in like maybe in the laning phase, they don't stay dead long enough that you can't really get anything off of it. Then they can sit there and they can turn up the Titan. It doesn't heal. It heals up every time you try and engage it, so you can't really poke it down.
Yep.
And it can become this really frustrating, like
just never ending.
Yeah, it just never ends. And so now there's two changes, which is one, especially in the later phases of the game, when you die, you're going to be dead for a lot longer. So if you die late game, they can capitalize on it more. And now if they are trying to turtle, the Titan heals less from being reset. The Titan heals less from when the Phoenix comes up. It heals less passively overall.
Okay.
So once your Titan starts taking damage, it will heal up, and it will, like, if someone just auto-attacks it once and backs up, it'll still heal up. But if they're actually consistently damaging it and you're not able to defend it, you're going to have to actually put yourself at risk to defend it because your Titan is going to be getting whittled down much more now.
And this is just duel as well.
Just duel.
Just for duel.
Awesome for a duel. I'm like sitting here trying to.
4 months, boy.
Yo, what up, Sick Nightmares? Thank you for the
resub.
resub.
Thing on the miscellaneous thing to note on here as well is going to be we've now added ability to scale and adjust the opacity
Oh, okay.
You see, this will be part of the HUD editor.
Yep.
Go into HUD editor, guys, and you can change.
That's
your
actually
yep, and I believe also
nice,
for anyone
but they still need to make it fucking
console,
smaller.
I believe we are going to try and get that feature over to console as well.
Awesome. So there you go, guys. All those complaints can now be set aside because they've all been
Am I
fixed.
sleepy? No, I'm not sleepy, bro. The duel stuff just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
How many items this week, Pom?
Off the top of my head, 4.
No offense
well,
to
5
duel, it's just not my
2,
thing.
3, 4, 5.
It depends on how you wanna classify each item, because
I mean, technically it's 3, but it could be 4, it could be 5.
Yeah.
Let's
Show
find out.
me the items.
Top of the shop is going to be Death's Toll. Now,
What are
Death's
you
Toll
doing to
this
Death's
week
Toll,
is gonna have
bros?
a very minor change, or it could be major depending on who you play as. Increased mana restored per hit from 1 to 2.
Yes.
Yeah, they nerfed it.
So now, when you
Oh,
buy this item at
slightly.
the start of the game, you're able to, if you're a basic attacker, you can actually get a lot more mana back per wave. If you're any
Wait,
character who has kind of like a
Oh,
clear
it went up. They buffed
benefits
it.
greatly.
Wait, no. It
And
was
this
4,
also
now it's a
synergizes
2, right?
well with the builds that like to start Death's Toll in like a single tier.
They nerfed it.
Is this been just to bring in line a little bit more with some of the other star
Yeah,
lanes?
it was.
That is
following
definitely
a lot of
written
restrictions,
wrong, right?
Other choices, or other different starts, and so we just want to make sure that it's.
That's written wrong. Is it not?
Well,
Isn't
you
it supposed to be from
mentioned
2 to
items
4?
Combining with other things. Well, this item that's going to be next.
I'm
up
not
as well
reading that wrong,
First
am I?
Golem
It's supposed to
and
be
Spike
increased
Golem,
mana
they're
from
getting
2 to
cost
4.
reductions here. The top end first golem is going to be 13.65, so
Jing
20,
Wei
15
pool
gold off
party
that.
looks
Oh, that's
great.
a 1?
Reduced
Looks like a
cost from
4?
650
That looks like a 4 to me,
600.
bro. Maybe
Yeah,
I'm
that
blind.
basically means you can buy Death's Toll and rank
Okay,
1
they're
of these
buffing-
and still have potions as
Changing
well.
the cost of
so
Spike
This
Gauntlets.
is very much targeted towards making sure that people who want to go something like Devourer's Gauntlets.
Yeah,
I'm
instead
like, how's that a
of,
fucking
maybe like a
nerf
Transcendent
or
Star or maybe
buff?
some other choice. You can actually now more justify buying that. You can get the you can buy the tier 1 with potions. You
Yeah.
can get Death's Toll tier 1 if you want to be really greedy.
Okay.
you can get
I'm so
single
confused,
potions, so
man.
That works out for you. But mainly it's going to allow Death's Toll.
They
to
wanna
be
make
lot
this a
more
starter
beneficial,
item.
Devourer's Gauntlet to be kind of a more competitive option directly with other starting choices.
They want this to be a starter
Okay, so
item.
we can potentially see that being picked up as a starter item as well, or some other fun shenanigans with that one, just a little bit more cost effective for you guys at home to have that little life skill in
Dev
your holders.
loves
Next
starter
up.
item, maybe.
It's back. They're
did it.
back.
No!
The potion of magical might and the potion of physical
Okay,
might.
we're
Maybe we can
good.
Go through exactly what these do.
Oh, that's a good
What
change.
exactly
Hell
is the
yeah.
game plan with these now.
Hell
yeah,
yes.
So the
They're
old potions,
perfect.
they were very potent towards the start of the game. You
Yep.
bought them at the start, and that caused a lot of swings. That
Has
caused
to
a
be
lot of
level
snowballing,
7
caused
to
a
buy
lot
it
of
now.
Certain characters
Yeah.
being way more viable than others, and so we've removed that, and now we've level gated them. So now
Level gated.
these potions are going to only be available at level 7, which we'll get to. But the goal there is to make sure that when you're picking these up, you're looking to pick them up strategically. You're looking to pick them up to help you swing a fight where maybe you need a little bit of an extra push to make sure that you win a fight.
So we're looking
They
at
better
like
be
Gold Furies
cheap
and Fire
then.
Giants at
Gold
times.
Fury, Fire Giants, maybe a
Watch,
push,
they're only gonna be
maybe you have an
300 gold.
opportunity Where, hey, all the jungle camps are respawning, let's go like get a
Invade.
potion and invade. And so now when you're building them, they're going to be much more oriented towards strategic pickups. And with that, they also got they got a little bit of a stat adjustment, and they also got some new passive
changes.
If
components
it's
that allow
10,
them
if it's
to
like
be more
15
effective
power and
outside
200
of
gold,
Well, we'll start with
that'd
the
be
potion
good.
of magical might, as you can see on your screen. Can only be purchased at level 7 or higher. This consumable increases your magical
Cooldown
power by 60
reduction?
and cooldown reduction
What?
by, I believe it's 5.
No, that's 10%.
It's 10% for 3 minutes,
What?
or until you are killed. Also, hitting an enemy god with this ability will refund max mana back and reduce the cooldown of the ability by 1 second. So it's
reducing the cooldown of your abilities.
Basically, because
You're hitting a god,
and you
bro.
get a refresh of cooldown on that and cooldown reduction as well.
Yep. So
What?
the other important thing to note there, which I didn't mention before, was that they're down from 5 minutes.
This better be like
so
700 gold, bro.
You pop them, you don't just buy them in base, and then you're like, I have passive
And the cost
power.
is still the same, correct?
And the cost is still the same at 450.
It's gonna be so good late game too, man.
So it's definitely just a team fighting buff.
Yeah.
This, you know, we're going to be buying it
What
all
the
time.
fuck are they
Because otherwise it's
doing,
just
bro?
effective.
Exactly.
On
And
top of
so-
that,
well, for this one, right, it's the power cooldown, which is really good for mages, and then the additional effect of, especially like in the mid-game fights, you want to make sure you have enough mana for fights. If you're poking, trying to get advantage,
Yep.
the mana refund is really good. The cooldown reduction is really good for that, and so this should help
What the
mages
fuck?
exert pressure, especially for that 3-minute duration.
well, there's a magical version. Let's go on to the physical version as well. Potion of Physical Might. This one can only be purchased.
They
at
didn't
level
say how
7
much
or
it
higher, like
costs.
the other one, but this consumable increases your physical power by
Did you
30
pen?
and physical penetration by 5 for 3 minutes.
A
Or until
dot
you are killed.
and a slow.
Also, your abilities now apply a 2-second damage over time and a
What?
20% slow to the first enemy god.
What?
hit. Damage is 25% of your physical power and
What?
ticks 3 times over the 2 seconds.
It has a slow and a
We've got
dot.
Bluestone pendant effect in this and a frostbound effect, I want to say.
Yeah, so this helps.
It's
the physical
450
characters,
gold?
especially to who are
They
like
said it was
using abilities to poke
450?
out or looking to engage
What?
with their abilities. They get a very powerful effect here where they get this slow, so they can start landing more.
I'm
abilities
fucking
with chase
fried,
up,
bro.
And they also get the extra damage to
I'm
that.
fried.
When they build this, they
What
definitely
is
feel the impact
this?
of, I can
Man?
do this damage. If I'm a little bit behind, I might be able to make up some of the damage of being behind by taking this risk. If
Like,
I'm
I don't
really
know how
behind, I
OP
want
it's
to
gonna
lose
be
some
because you
damage
get a level
and
7,
and then
but those
if I
stats are
manage to
crazy.
die, well, I'm definitely now even, or even maybe even worse off than I was before. So it's all about giving power to
You could
characters
straight
that
up
feel like they can
buy
use it, and
boots,
then have
back
that
by
power come
boots,
at
and
the
then on your
risk
next
of
back,
you
buy
getting
rank
messed up.
1 of an item and buy
Just double check as
450
well,
pot
there's a
instead of
450
rank
gold
2 of an
potion.
item.
They're both going to be 450 gold, just like they
450.
were previously.
Oh
before
my
the win.
gosh,
As well as the fact that We're
bro.
going to be looking at these consistently as well, Pompon, right? We're going to consistently be looking to vary if things need to be changed.
Yeah, this is a relatively large change, especially to potions and
Yeah, it's a
casing.
large
So
ass
in this
change.
case,
You
we're
just
gonna be
added tons of
watching it very
stats to
closely,
them.
seeing how it plays out and pans out, and then we're going to adjust accordingly to see, maybe even look and see how we can use this kind of idea of these kind of risky items going forward as well.
And just see how they work out for this patch coming forward anyway. But that's it from items now. So we've got a few new changes there for you. Death Stall, Curse Gauntlet, and obviously the Potions of Might.
Yep.
Only a few, I guess, because we're bringing in those Potions of Might, we're kind of waiting a second or
Yeah.
two on doing anything else, right?
This
Yep, definitely.
fucking
Gods.
pods.
Everyone's favorite time.
Can do it.
What god do you want to see hit nerfed or buffed, Pom Pom?
I mean, any assassin, just buff them like crazy so that I can do a lot of damage.
Yes,
and
Pawn.
then all the
Yes,
attacks go
buff
down
the
so that I don't
assassins.
have anyone that's
Yes.
hard to kill.
So you want Loki buffs, basically.
Yeah,
No,
just buff
no,
Loki.
no,
Let's
Loki.
find
Fuck
out if Loki
Loki.
gets some buffs. First up is going to be Aphrodite. It's actually a general fix here. Fix
Oh, I thought
Aphrodite's
they were gonna
passive
buff
means it can't
Afro.
sometimes
I was
get
getting
stuck
excited.
All at the center. So quick little fix on that one. But the next real change is going to be Artemis. Now Artemis getting a bit of love here, Pom Pom. What are we looking to do with Artemis in this change?
Yeah, so Artemis is kind of our premier late game hunter. Once she gets going, especially in the late game, she has a lot of tools to her kit, like attack speed boost. She has her crit. She has a lot of really just sustained damage. And so we're kind of augmenting that. So now her base power and her base attack speed are going to be much more potent, especially once you hit level 20 and get to the late game phase. And that will make sure that she is going to be a very powerful threat in that late game stage.
And these changes will be base attack power per level increased from 2.05 to 2.5.
So she hits
as well
like
as
a
the
fucking
attack speed
truck.
per level
Well, she
increased
will
from
hit like a
1.4
truck.
to 1.7. So early on, just going to get a little bit of a spike, but then a lot of a
It's a
spike by late game. as
Decent
well.
change.
Next up is an old
I
friend
mean,
of
not gonna be
mine who
crazy
went drinking a
good,
long
but
time ago
good
together and
change, I
still
guess.
do. But Bacchus, he's
No,
not
don't
as
buff him.
potent as he once was.
Nerfing
here.
his
We're gonna be
damage?
Change and intoxicate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's not even
Juice.
nerfing damage.
The
Nerfing
debuff
drunk.
duration from 8 seconds to 6 seconds.
The alcohol percentage has gone down.
That
a little bit
doesn't.
on that.
Bacchus
People are
is
just
really
getting
good
better
right
at,
now,
you know,
and I
controlling
still
the
think
alcohol
he'll be
absorb.
good.
That's, I think, what it
Once
is
you party
there.
around Bacchus enough.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Everyone's just partying around him enough. So the realism of this change is probably because it was just
Yeah.
too long of a debuff.
Yeah, he has a lot of potency in being able to stun a lot of people. He has the knock effect. He can get a lot of damage out, and so having 8 seconds of this really hard CC where if you need to like stand still, you need to position yourself properly, and you're trying to get around a wall, it can be very frustrating if it lasts too long. And so we're just looking to take away some of that frustration and make sure that players have a little bit better time playing around it if they get intoxicated.
Well,
Bacchus
playing
is still
around it as well,
fine.
don't
Like,
forget
it's not a big
Erlang
deal.
Shen. is going to be another one.
Nerf him.
Now, look, you know, he's been out for a little while, and
Nerf
these
him.
are the first adjustments we're making to him here, Pon.
Yeah.
What's the main
Nerf
reason,
him.
what are the main adjustments we needed to really look at?
Yeah, so the big thing is we wanted to make sure that he felt good to fight against and he felt readable, and so we are looking at adjusting his ultimate.
What?
Where mainly a lot of people were, it didn't have the best tells, it didn't have the best effects for it. Some people didn't know what was going on, and then the burst heal especially was causing him to survive a little bit more than we wanted him to, especially in situations where he really should be dying. He's surrounded by a team of 5, and then he gets out when really he has no business getting out.
Because his heal heals
so
for 40% of his
we'll
health.
get to those changes.
Let's go to him. First of all, the general changes fix an issue where
more.
Celestial Dog was not proccing Stone Cutting Sword, and
No one
then
cares.
9 turns Blessing, the ultimate. Improved audio and visual effects for clarity, as well as the healing has been reduced.
Wait, they
from
didn't even nerf the
150
healing
to
early,
410, it's now
really.
150 to 450, and the scaling reduced from 20% to 15. So it's mainly a hit to that heal. More
It's a
than
slight
anything.
nerf to healing.
Yep.
It's still gonna be good as
So
shit
people
unless
now,
they nerf
when they're
damage.
hit by it, and when they see it, it should be a lot more clear that he's popped his ultimate and that something's happening. It should be more clear that he's going to be getting this heal. And when he gets his heal, there's still a little bit more of a kind of a way for you to play around, especially later on, where it won't heal as much.
Cool. That's a long Shem. We'll keep an eye on him and see how he continues to does. Fafnir's next up. Now, Fafnir's not much of a change here. It's just a bug fix. Fix an issue where the rank 5 of this ability would not apply a slow. So if you rank it to 5
Bro,
now,
man.
Yep.
You gotta be kidding me.
After that, though, Hercules.
That's
a buff
it?
to Hercules, Pom Pom?
Yeah, buff to Hercules.
Let's talk about the buff. Earthbreaker. Increased damage from 60 to 260 is now 80 to 260. So
These changes are so not exciting,
this ability has got up in
bro.
damage.
Yeah, so once he gets going as a character, he's this very kind of like Wally character that can.
No gods have been touched yet. Like basically all these changes are nothing.
Game, he's supposed to be this lame bully that can really kind of threaten you. If you get too close, he might drive and strike you.
Like not the item changes, the god changes are really not affecting the gods very much.
Earthshaker were not enough to really allow him to be that bully. He tried to be the bully, he'd push someone, minions would live, and he'd just eat damage, and then he'd get under tower and he'd cry. So now he will be crying less, he will be bullying more.
Okay, well, we'll see how that works out for him. Not only him, though, we're going to have Jing Wei is getting some love. It's about time, Pom Pom. The community's been asking this for a while.
Here.
Why is it taking so long for Jing Wei to get love?
Well, we wanted to see how she kind of played out, and then we also wanted to look at how to best buff her. She could have gotten raw damage number increases, but we found that there were a lot more kind of feels things, making sure that she felt fluid enough to play. That we feel like if we just throw those, she'll be.
They're not gonna buff Mercury.
Well, let's go through those changes and see what we did to her. Explosive bolts, first of all. Mana cost reduced from 70 to 50 at all ranks. So a little bit of mana saving there. Agility.
No casting
time
time.
reduced from 0.2 seconds to 0 seconds. So instant cast and agility, as well as airstrike. Reduced channel time from 1 second.
Those are good changes, actually.
Seconds. So you said, you know,
but those aren't really laning changes. Those are like
the fluidity of the character.
I guess the mana reductions and mana
I
change.
think the
More
two
of like
big ones
a
there, right, are agility
change.
and airstrike.
Yeah.
Agility, especially because that had that warm-up timer. If you wanted to use it when you got into your can't remember the name right now, but the knock-up effect, where you knock yourself up and then you agility, you were often having to wait to actually get way more in the air because you had to do the cast time and then you'd be more in the air and you'd CC yourself longer. So now, not only can you use it quicker with less delay, it doesn't feel as clunky, it also means that you can walk in Tornado and basically instantly agility to get your benefit rather than being in that knock-up state for a long time.
And the airstrike as well, I guess is along the same lines. You can get into the air a little bit quicker, so you don't take as much damage.
The ability itself actually does quite a bit of damage, especially to finish off targets or to threaten them with damage, and so now you can land that more consistently. They have less time to get out of it. So overall, just making sure that she can land her damage effectively, she can chase effectively, she doesn't feel like she's kind of bogged down with clunkiness to make sure when she wants to try and be this kind of chase character, this runaway character, and use the knock-up, she's not stuck with like these clunky feeling abilities.
Okay.
Cool, Pon.
Sorry, Nisha. Jing Wei.
Nisha, what?
Up in a little bit, but it's a small change. Mercury is next up. Mercury
they are!
buffed recently, and we're buffing him again.
Yeah.
Mercury didn't get buffed?
He just needs all the buffs, is that what we're going to say?
Mercury's interesting. So, I mean,
one does more damage.
He's
Wait, it doesn't do any more damage early game.
Passive, his ultimate, just in general, his damage scaling. And he already does
on,
kind of all
bro.
that stuff really well already. If he ults you late game and has crit, he's going to punch you for a ton of damage and it's going to hurt. And so instead of favoring making that better, we're looking at other things to round out his damage so that he has more options when he's playing. And so that's why we look to adjust Meiji Look.
Meiji Look.
It didn't touch his fucking early game at all.
90 to 210.
So there's no poke early game, bro.
It's gone up by 10% as well, from 50% to 60%. So buffs for the 1.
Yep, buffs for the 1. And the big thing is when you look at these numbers, also remember that this ability can crit, because that is that kind of ability. And so these numbers can essentially be doubled if you build crit.
And it already starts like going up after rank 2. Rank 1's still the same, but rank 2 does start going up a little bit more. And the physical
it's
power
gonna be
goes,
nice.
The game goes on.
But not like
Nisha,
crazy.
And here
I don't think Mercury's OP.
right now. Updated his passive meter to include
I got excited
a
for
combat
nothing.
timer.
Yeah.
Show me.
So we can actually show.
We can go into game for this one, I think, boys and girls, and just show you guys exactly how this looks for you on screen. We'll just wait for production to get it out for us, and here we go into game and show it me.
So now your passive.
You gotta move.
Oh,
there you go.
Not. It might not be in yet. Oh no, there it is. See, now you're out of combat and it's draining,
Cool.
and then it fades.
And the petals all fall off again.
Yep. So if you're not paying attention to the timer on your bar, the visual effects of the flower and the flower draining will give you a better indication. Like you need to start damaging something.
Ring bounce the fucking red buff and show us
That's
again.
good because it gives you a little bit of time to realize how long you've got left and whether you can get somewhere in range with the passive or not.
Yep.
So there you go, guys. A little update for Nisha. But a god that's not seen a lot of love in quite a while, Pompon,
Who is
is
this?
getting a buff next.
Ra!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, buff Ra!
Why are we buffing Ra first?
Buff Ra.
Because he's
What's
fun.
happening?
Buff Ra.
Nah, I mean when you look
Ra.
at Ra as a character,
Ra.
right? He has very solid wave clear. He has some healing potential, but especially with the change we made late season 2, early season 3, and even in the mid-season patch, his itemization has shifted a lot so that he doesn't have access to as many options as he would normally have before.
Okay.
Notably, for example, Warlock Sash hasn't been particularly favored, and he loved that item that gave him a lot of mana. And so we're making sure that his abilities not fit with the current.
His 2 is gonna do more damage.
Ra, here you go for you fans at home.
And
all
his
excited right now.
1
So
is
SLB
changing.
reduced mana cost from 70 to 110 is now 60.
Does more damage.
To 80. So a big mana cost reduction there,
Dang.
as well as the magical power scaling
That's a
has
decent
gone
change.
up from 70% to 80%. Not only that, Divine Light also has
Mindy
more
has a new
magical power
god.
scaling from 30% to 40%. So power scalings and mana cost reductions.
Yep. That makes it so that he is a lot more threatening. He can
Power
use his
scaling is so
weapons more
minimal, but we'll
effectively,
see.
So he's not going to go as quickly.
I don't think these changes are gonna make. I mean, the reduced mana is nice.
A lot of people didn't really feel that Divine Light was dealing enough damage, but it's actually pretty good where if you pop Divine Light and explode it on someone who's used the 1, they're suddenly eating a ton of burst, and that's a way that Raw can be effective.
It was really good. That's why New All doesn't get
I think
love.
we'll see a
It
few
was
more
great
Ra's
right now.
because of that already. That's for sure. I miss Ra. One thing I don't miss is Ratatoska. He was off the radar for a long time, then he came on the radar.
They're nerfing him.
And
He's still on the radar a bit.
now I'm trying to shoot him off the radar is what I'm trying to do. In terms of nerfs.
Nerfing him. They're gonna nerf scaling on the 1, scaling on the healing.
We'll go through it. First of all, decreased physical power scaling of heal
Hold it.
from 30 to
Boom.
15%, as well as the dart. The damage has been decreased from 80 to 240, is now 70 to 210, and the decrease the physical power scaling of that ability as well from 80% to 70%. So what's the reasons for these changes?
Nerfs are
Yeah,
good.
So Rod Tosker, especially in the early game, is kind of doing.
Those
what
are
he
good
wants
hits
to
the
do.
nerfs
He's
are
very
at.
potent. He has a
I
lot
think
of
he's still gonna be
mobility
good.
to get around with ganking. But in the late game especially, he was still doing too much healing. His damage overall was a little bit too high, and so if you notice, all these changes are very much focused on scaling or
towards
per
late game
level
as well,
scaling.
yeah.
And so, especially late game, Dart won't be dealing as much if he uses it offensively. He won't be healing as much, and so players will actually be able to not only find him at lower health more often, but they will also be able to react to him if he jumps on you. He won't burst you down as much, so you have more time to react.
So early mid game still the same, late game probably not as strong as you've been used to seeing in your game. So little changes there. And the final thing on the patch notes this week, don't get too excited. It's only Scardy, Scardy General fixing
Oh, I thought they were about to buff Scardy.
Ultimate while it was already active, causing him not to be able to basic
I was
attack.
waiting
Yeah,
for
it
the
was a-
Scotty buff.
It was a bug that caused you not to be able to basic attack, and now you can.
Now you can. Thanks, Pompon. How's Pie?
Pie's pretty good. I went.
Why are we
if
talking about
anyone saw
pie?
this tweet, I went to the store. I actually went to the store and
He
bought
did.
pie.
He has actually messaged me, but can he pie me in the face? That's not going to happen, though.
Yeah, there's too much equipment up here. I didn't get to pie them.
No, he
I'm
didn't.
actually really sad.
But thanks for joining me for the item and balance of gods as well, Pompon. But now we're going to go to a quick break, boys and girls, because we're going to be having the designers come on to talk to you about, obviously, the latest god addition to Smite. Terra is about to come online. So you guys, we'll see in a few minutes as these guys get set up.
A few
ready
minutes.
to show you all Terra.
No! It's supposed to be instant. 2 minutes. I can't wait 2 minutes for this new god, dude. No, I know the 3.14 is Pi. I know, but they're like hyping this shit up, talking about Pi over and over again like it's a big deal. When the actual patch itself has nothing to do with Pi, man. No Pi. There's no Pi god. The god isn't throwing pies. What up, Drax? Welcome to the Weak Nation, bro. Thank you for subbing during patch notes. I think you're the first person that's ever been a new sub during patch notes. Thank you, man. Streaming Saturday, of course. The fuck? I stream every day, bruh. Actually, I won't be streaming next Monday to Thursday. Well, I'll be gone again, but I do stream every day. Tips on picking up chicks, Jay Tedder. The number 1 step to picking up a chick is stop commenting on my YouTube videos, you little bitch. That's all you need to do. This is a guardian. This is like a definite guardian. Yo, my man looks like he has an eye patch with his fucking mic where it was. Is Nem gonna be OP with red pot? I gotta see when you can buy red pot. There's gonna be an optimal time to buy that red pot, and it's going to be after boots. I just don't know when after boots it's gonna be. Because there are times if you get an early kill, right now, if you start with boots 1 and you get an early kill in the jungle, you can finish boots really easily and get a red pot. Like you have the gold to get both. So we'll see. All right, high res.
Welcome back with the second
Oh,
segment.
yeah, here we go,
of the patch
boys.
notes.
New God.
3.14 is still here, and alongside me today is Fishman and AJ, because obviously all the designers are always involved in all the gods and creations that we bring at Hi-Res Studios. So instead of just having one on each week, which we generally do with a new god, we've decided to try and transition this into having more of you guys on to talk a little bit more in detail about all the stuff you guys get to do with the gods.
That is correct.
First things first. Fishman, Terra, explain to me what she is in the lore, so I can get a base understanding about her.
Well, we've got our new Roman Guardian, so her full name is Terra.
She's Guardian, first of all?
Oh, I believe she is.
Oh, yeah. Guardian.
Can I say that? Is that...
You can now.
Spoiled?
I think we're close enough to the full release that we can tell that.
Guardian hype.
Guardian hype. I'm excited. Guardians are always my favorite, so... And also,
Fuck you, Hindu.
The Tier 5 skin at Worlds will be the same for the Odyssey. We can dream. We can dream.
Mage.
Oh, it's a mage.
No, I wanted Guardian.
We saw the results.
What, is it result mage?
Yeah, it was.
I'm
it
done.
was tweeted out
the
today.
show.
That's a lead.
It was everywhere.
Get in here.
Tell me about the lore,
Mage.
first of all, and at the same time we can see the card art on screen as you explain exactly who Terra is.
So her full name is Terra Mater, which is the origin of the term Mother Earth. She is
Boobs
the
and
Earth Mother.
tits.
She's one of the primordials, the oldest entities in the Roman lore. So she actually
Her
gives
hair looks
birth to Saturn with
that
her
arm
husband
looks cool, too.
Uranus, and then Saturn overthrows Uranus. And she's pretty down with that. And then Saturn's kind of jealous, and so he eats most of his children except for Zeus, who then cleaves his forehead open, and from which the other gods spring. So she's actually Zeus or Jupiter in Roman mythology's grandmother.
Okay, so to get this clear, Terra is Saturn's mother.
That's right.
And Terra forms Saturn by sleeping with Uranus.
That's right.
That's the way I say
She's
it.
the
I'm
Earth.
sorry.
Yeah,
She's
I
the
can't
Earth.
help it. It's like
Uranus is the sky. That's right.
Your
So-
pronunciation is perfect there.
Why,
Henry.
thank you. I appreciate that. So Terra sleeps with Uranus, and then Saturn's born, and then Zeus just basically splits Saturn's head open.
That's right. Well, Saturn's been eating all the kids, and
Oh.
Zeus manages to avoid being eaten,
Oh.
and then he frees all the other ones. His brother, Poseidon and Hades.
Oh, shit.
Mythology, man.
That's
it's
right.
so good mythology. I love it. It's so nice.
It doesn't
So
look
much
like a
you can do
guardian.
about it.
Yeah.
Her
There
model
is
doesn't
so
remind
much
me of a
There's so
guardian.
many good
Interesting.
stories there.
Who would do that? Well, with that,
Reminds
talk
me
to
of a
first
warrior.
We saw the card out there on the screen, AJ.
Oh, what is that, a
and
dash?
during the game, you can see the base model of it. What was the design decision with the? What was the kind of overview that we were looking for with this god?
Right, so we were heavily inspired by her lore for her. Terra, we wanted her to be, we wanted a guardian. We wanted another female guardian, someone to join the guardian class along with Athena. She is a little lonely out there. There's a lot of big guys and creepy creatures.
Yeah.
So we bring in Terra. She's traditionally pictured in lore as a very, beautiful woman, usually a little larger, mostly not wearing very much clothing.
That's true.
But we really wanted her to have this kind of Amazonian feel, this really
Yes,
powerful,
that's what it is. It's like a
brawler
warrior.
brute, and that's why she's got
Reminds
this
me of a
really
fucking
cool
warrior.
rocky armor, and she's going to fight with her fists.
And you can see she looks very,
What?
very strong.
Yes,
man.
so you can
The
see
whole
that
design.
highlighted in the card art.
What is that
and
ability?
Her armor and her fists are gonna be highlighted here in the kit as well.
And you mentioned, mentioned in her kit. Well, first of all, her passive. The first thing off, she swings with her melee attacks. But what exactly do they bring?
Right. So her passive, this is revolving around her key unique feature as a guardian. She is her passive is called Standing Stones, and when she summons one of her Standing Stones, as long as those are active on the battleground, her armor is going to get all spiked out like this.
Okay.
As you can see, the change that just happened, and she's going to become knock-up immune.
What?
This is going to make her
Wait, knock-up immune on a passive?
All the time?
Okay.
What?
So that means Sobek. Good game.
Rip Sobek.
Bacchus.
Hercules, Bacchus,
Bacchus as well, I forgot about
good
Bacchus.
luck.
Yo, they
she'll
need to
still
remove
take
the
damage from those
cap
effects,
CDR.
but she
I
will
want to know
not
the
be flung.
CDR and
She's gonna
abilities.
Stay heavy. She's going to stay grounded, rooted to that earth. She's not going anywhere.
Right.
Also, on her passive while it's active, she's going to get an augment to her basic attack punches.
Okay.
This is going to give her a slowing effect on enemies that she punches. So she's going to effectively have a frostbound slow as long as her standing stones are active.
So she's got the ability to peel just with her basics if she uses.
Look at that shit, dude.
Right, and for the standing stones passive, it seems like
it's
we
gonna be
don't
so
have a
annoying.
meter on here. That is working. That is working and looking fantastic. You guys will see that soon enough on PTS
Look at how
and other
fucking
videos.
What slow is that?
So her passive standing stones.
That's like a 30% slow. It looks like, or 20 at least.
A little longer if she chooses to shatter her own standing stones. So she'll be summoning them and she'll be shattering them. If you do shatter them, her passive will continue to last 3 seconds after all the stones are gone.
Now, the first ability in the game as well here, Fishman, is all about that shattering here. It's called Force of Nature. What exactly does that entail?
So if you're asking yourself, how do I shatter? Well, this is how you shatter.
Gotcha.
So it's a kind of short range, relatively slower dash. This is her only movement ability,
right?
And it's that guardian warrior speed where she's getting there, but she's not zipping
Thank
there.
you.
Right?
Remember the cooldown.
But if she dashes into one of her standing stones,
15-second cooldown.
which we'll see in the next couple abilities, then she can both affect that standing stone as well as kind of reset her usage of this dash. So for the next 3 seconds, she can get a second dash out of it.
Okay, so she
Wait,
can
hold on.
dash,
How do you
hit one of the
fucking pop
stones,
it?
And then dash again if she hits a stone.
That's right.
Oh, the stones.
So Pon took the cooldown off here.
What is
So
this?
He's going to dash, and he's got the ability active. Dashes again, immediately goes on cooldown.
So you can only dash once after shattering a stone. You can't like mash. But hang on a second. I just saw
What
that.
does the dash do?
What the hell was that he just used?
Okay, yeah, that was her ability 2 that we just previewed there a
Thanks,
little bit.
Pon.
I know.
We don't know anything about damage or anything.
Ability 2 is the Crushing Earth. So this one, she summons 2 standing stones that form 2 parallel walls.
Okay.
With a slowing field in between. So you're going to be slowed while you're moving around there, and then she can refire it to slam the walls
Oh, she
together.
refired that? That looked like it just went off on its own.
Right, so you know it'll last
What the
5
fuck? You can
seconds.
stun?
It'll trigger on its own at the
Really
end
hard
of
as
the
shit to
duration,
hit.
or you can bring it right up and smash it right away.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually.
In the middle of it that gets slammed.
That's really fucking cool.
Right.
And you take damage for each wall hit. So if you're a little bit closer to one wall, you only get hit once. You can see there 145. If you're right in the middle, you're going to take double the damage.
Show me double damage, Pon. If he misses this, he's awful. He's awful.
Oh, he's moving over again. He's there. Oh, there he is.
Thank you.
Boom. Both
Okay,
numbers.
so you do get hit by both.
Yes.
Equal.
So this is a really cool ability. It's going to be able to cut off jungle lanes. It creates a lot of different ways to, because you can actually cut off 2 different lanes if you're in the right intersection and aiming the right direction.
Yeah, you could trap people in.
And you can see
bro, there's spots where you can keep people from moving.
So we can preview the
like
first
in between
shatter.
mid harpies.
So this ability does a lot. So the shatter is pretty simple. It just creates a cone of damage where you shatter.
Oh, so you can see actually the cone effect in the background of the wall there as well.
And you get some targeting previewing there, showing you there if you're going to successfully shatter.
Oh,
you can actually
what?
shatter through both walls on the same dash.
That's amazing.
Pretty cool.
And then use the second dash just on its own.
That's really cool. So you could technically hit. I guess you couldn't hit both people with that, could you? Could you hit both of the walls and hit one person with it?
You can't hit both people with both shatters.
Parts of the wall, because it's not possible because the
on
wall
the
is
same
range.
dash. But if you do dash from one side, then relocate, then dash again, you can.
Gotcha.
So this ability has a really interesting applications in lane.
Doesn't do very much damage. Pretty low numbers.
A lot of different combinations.
Just to understand one thing as well, if I shatter one piece of that wall, I can't then detonate it, I guess, right?
Correct.
Okay.
If there's only one wall up, she cannot detonate it.
That's a shame, because I would have liked to slam them into a wall, steal one of the walls, and actually just have the wall knock them away and deal damage anyway. But okay.
Right. But so
sense.
you can do a lot. You can have just that wall standing there to keep her standing stones ability activated.
Well,
which is nice. Or if you
the
just
3.
decide that, hey, you just walled off two different paths and you want to clear the path for one for your allies, you can just dash through one and leave the other one walled.
And these walls as well that you drop in, these are part of the passive, right? They actually give you that.
Does the one do anything other than damage, though, is my fucking question. Let me read the abilities.
That's not the only rock she really
You're not
makes
gonna
happen
tell me.
here, Fishman, is it? She also has a monolith, I believe is what it's
That's
called.
right.
That she can also spawn as well.
So interestingly, monolith is Latin for one stone. So this is kind of getting in touch with her Roman roots. So this isn't another of her standing stones. She deploys this, and then allied gods in range have a heal that they can receive anytime that they're on top of it.
So as long as they're in range of it, they will receive the heal?
That's right.
Okay.
So just like with the 2, you can kind of disincentivize the enemy and create a positioning by making them not want to be slowed.
Yeah.
You can kind of incentivize your team to want to be healed.
Shit.
Well, but when you detonate it, it changes.
That's right.
the
So one of the
fuck?
themes of Terra is choice, and the choice with the monolith is you can shatter it to create a immediate root and a damage for anybody who's walking over it.
So they'll take sustained
How much
damage.
damage does it do?
That area
That's right.
If they go into it. Okay. And that actually, you said it roots as well. Does that root if people walk into it, or is it just when they're first there?
So he's slowed, or he's rooted and taking
Anybody who's
damage?
in range is rooted. After that, anybody who walks over it.
Yo, that
will
combo is
take
pretty
damage.
crazy.
Can enemies destroy these walls, by the way?
No, they function like your mirror wall. They
Okay.
they block things, the same kind of things, and they can't be interacted with anybody except Terra.
Not even
Speaking-
enemy Terra.
I was gonna say,
That's
speaking about your mirror
awesome.
walls, like can Terra detonate your mirror and Thor walls and things?
Sadly, she is not the Kool-Aid man. She can detonate any of the walls, but not other enemy walls.
Gotcha. And against
pretty
enemy
good.
Terra, she can't detonate those either, right?
She
It's
cannot.
Terra versus Terra. What about if you've got 5 Terras on your team? Can you detonate those?
I actually don't know.
We will find out on the match of the day.
We don't know.
Match of the day.
That's guaranteed.
Or
no.
Wait, you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
auto
yeah,
through
yeah,
it?
it is
now.
It's like an on her pillar?
And that's the third
Oh,
ability.
damn,
so
that's
it's gonna be a
awesome.
heal just to clear up on the heal as well here, Fishman.
fucking great.
The minions in lane, did they get affected by that? Your friendly minions?
So the minions are not healed, but the minions will take damage, enemy minions, if they walk over it.
So the
All
damage
right,
part of that
this is
will
all
hit
gonna
the
be
minions,
epic.
but the heal part will only hit you and other gods.
That's correct.
Cool, just
Yep.
to make sure. I was expecting another OP Sylvanas start there. I was like, oh
No.
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 Everybody
The
heals
one
all the
works
minions.
so
I
weird
think
because
we
it doesn't
might
look
go
like it
less
does
than
anything
that
but damage.
Finally, though, we do have an ultimate on this god.
Oh, of course.
And we haven't even got to that point yet, but this one's something special. Is it global?
It is.
Is it global?
And I'm
we
very
don't have too
excited.
many globals, so I'm kind of excited about
What?
this.
So Terra's Blessing. We've seen Terra's Wrath. Now we're going to see her other side. This is when she's going to be protecting you.
Okay.
So she's going to activate this ability, and it's immediately going to affect all of the members of her team, no matter where they are.
Whole team.
The entire team. It's also going to give you some
Ew.
pretty unique buffs that we don't usually do on things.
Okay.
So the simple
them down one at a time.
We'll start easy, yeah. Movement speed.
Okay.
As soon as this is activated, everyone on your team is going to get movement speed.
Right.
How much?
Next is mana cost. While Terra's ultimate is activated, all of your team's mana costs for all their spells are free.
Free?
Yes.
Yo, that could help people out so much,
And movement
dude.
speed.
Yes.
You could
So
call
if
for
you're
an
rolling
ult if you're
0
and you can get a
1
kill or
0
get
out
away.
pretty much, and she pops his ultimate, you can immediately use your abilities to get away if they're available.
Correct.
That's right.
That's actually a really
But
cool
She's
mechanic.
also going to give you some cooldown reduction.
Okay.
This is not going to go over cap. This is going to work just like items. It's just going to add right to it. It can't give you more than 40.
Okay.
But it does give you increasing amounts of cooldown reduction. So if you're really incentivized to attack while Terra's ult is going, or
Okay.
retreat. Use your abilities while her ultimate is active.
But AJ, what are those stones?
There is one final effect to Terra's ultimate.
Whoa.
Those are the
I'm so worried.
the stones she summons around everybody. You can see there are 4 stones around Terra.
Yes.
Or any of Terra's allies. As you take damage
just
from
heal?
gods, if you get healed. So if you
How
take-
much?
We can activate it again. I'll do it on Terra so we can see it really well here. You'll see the stones 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, and then they activate and heal you.
Okay, what does
Only
it
if you
heal
take
for? Like,
damage
what is it
4
based on?
times While it's active, will you be healed?
Let me check about the deck because I've got a couple of questions about that because I'm sure chat will too. With those stones that are active on you and they've got the heals available, will that only proc against minion damage as well, or is it just god damage?
Only god damage.
And is it only god actual auto attacks or is it abilities
It's
as well?
any type of god damage.
Right.
As long as you take 4 unique instances
What?
of damage.
Okay.
Show the
your
numbers,
stones will
dude. If the
activate.
numbers are
So
good, it's
by
gonna be
Terra.
A raw
crazy.
heal, for example. If you stand in an enemy
Please.
raw's heal and take the damage, would that proc it if you got 4 ticks?
I think so.
Okay.
Sometimes our abilities are coded different ways that make them not deal damage.
He's healed for
They're
200 on
check-
him, what the
check
fuck?
That source is
Gotcha.
different. Like Kukulkan places a dot on you.
That's right, yeah.
That might deal only 1 stone, whereas raw as a pulsing area.
I need
will
numbers,
trigger
bro.
multiple
I need to be
times.
able to see the
It's
numbers on
gonna have
all
some
the
extra
abilities.
intricacies to really learn which gods it's most effective against.
Notice too that when Terra takes 4 hits,
Mm.
she gets healed, but Odin doesn't. And conversely, if Odin gets 4 hits, he gets healed and she doesn't. It's not a global thing. Each one of them individually is tracked.
Individually has 4. Right,
That's
okay.
right.
I got it as well. So it's mobility, mana cost reduction completely, cooldown reduction, and a heal if you get hit 4 times. How long does this buff last for?
10 seconds.
Yo, that
Sounds like
slow
three
in
or
the
one,
3
just
on top of being
where
autoed
you
is gonna
either
be
have to
kind of
just
wild.
accept the fact you're going to heal them if you're going to try and burst them, or you disengage your fight, or even you run away as fast as your little legs can carry you with all the free money you've got to leap over walls and things.
Right.
Gotcha.
Lots of different applications for this ultimate.
So with this being said, then Fishman, I mean, I'm looking at this god. I'm like, what kind of builds or roles can we see her going in? Obviously, she's a guardian, so she could be able to play support. But by the looks of it, it looks like she may be viable in other positions.
Sure.
Mm,
So
jungle,
obviously one of the questions
maybe.
for Guardian is, can they be played in a solo lane? And she's
Or
got some
solo,
interesting
I
things
guess,
for
yeah.
that.
I wonder if she
If
can
you were to
clear.
look at her recommended items, it's a little bit different than your standard Guardian. One of the things is she's got item synergy with heals. Her ultimate, since it can heal you anywhere on the map,
Gonna be jungle in this
applies,
bitch.
say,
I don't
lowest
know if her numbers are high enough to work.
anywhere to any ally, regardless
But
of
we're
where
gonna
they're on
do
the
it.
map.
Right.
So she's got heal-based items, in her recommended items. The other interesting thing is, because of her passive, with her basic attacks, items that are going to enhance her basic attacks, like Telkines or Demonic,
that's a good point,
may also be an interesting synergy.
Yeah, Telkines or Demonic, so definitely potential for a solo laner. I mean,
Sure, especially with the global ultimates.
You can't go Frostbound as a Guardian, bro. You'll jump Vice though, but that's expensive as
I
fuck.
think like, she could potentially jungle as well, but probably a little bit more effort to have to go into that to really make it work that well.
It's possible.
Give it a try.
Yeah.
I'm
You gotta run this in the fucking jungle, bro.
Interested to see what they can do, especially with the stuns being available after level 2. Should be interesting. On top of that, we've also got the VGS voice packs. We've not actually done a
They
voice
haven't
pack
shown
just
any
yet, so,
numbers still.
If we sit quiet for a second, you guys should be able, at home, be able to hear her go through all her VGS.
Oh no,
no voice pack. She fucking G-Pon.
What are you celebrating, Pon?
Well, let me just talk about it briefly again
Talk to me
while
about
Pon
the
gets
voice
set
pack,
up.
at least.
Oh my
Yes, so
gosh.
Terra, you know, she is this larger female guardian.
Mm.
Strong Mother Earth feel to her. So her voice is
You
going
just
to
fucking
reflect
typed
that.
that bottle on a
She's gonna
different
have a little
account.
bit older sounding voice.
Okay.
And this is going to go a little bit back and forth between her combat
That's
voice
awesome.
and her kind of soothing protective voice. So
it's
some
like-
of her ultimate and her monolith, those type of abilities, a little bit more like watching out for you, caring for you, being and her other VGS awesome and you rock.
Yeah.
But when she goes into combat with attack, defend, and her using her crushing earth and her force of nature,
first
you're
pump
going
on.
to hear.
Come on
you're
screen. Come
You're
on,
going
pump
to hear the battle warrior cry
Shame on you, Pom
of Terra.
We should show him on screen now because this is his mistake.
We should
That we-
show
we-
Pon
Thank
you,
on
Jenna,
screen
bye.
over
Look at
here.
him
reaching
fixing
got
his
it.
issues.
Shaming.
Stop making excuses, Pom.
Well,
Too busy
Pon-
eating pie. That's what it was.
Pon, we forgive you.
Quite clean. I don't. Don't forgive him. You just do it next
What?
week then. Let's go back into game again. You should be able to see it. So we should actually have it available for you now. So
Carpe diem. Carpe diem. People usually like me. They say I'm down to earth. To me, winning is just second nature. What type of music do earth deities prefer? Hard rock.
Uh-oh.
Amazing. Amazing. Attack left lane.
Let's do the
Now we
you
need
rock.
laugh.
Do the you rock
You make me proud.
like a mom.
we need laugh. VEL. Okay. And taunt. Just one more taunt.
Yeah, let's do some
These
time.
hands can crush the earth, yet you think you can withstand them? Enemies have returned. I am not just a god. No, I am so much more.
She's a
These
primordial.
gods act like spoiled children.
She comes across as a mom.
None of these voice packs are exciting to me. I don't know if it's just me being like a little bitch,
Yeah, she is.
but I don't really like too many voice
She's a
packs. I don't
protector,
care.
But she's very, very passionate about that.
Don't get me
And the way
hyped
I'm
up.
looking at her right now, she seems very, very strong in terms of like being able to solo lane, being a guardian. She's got good peel from her there, from what I can tell. Not as much peel as some of the other gods, but she gives a bit more sustain, I guess, in trade-off and a bit more mobility as well. What are your expectations for this god? You know, obviously for the PTS and things, it could be out during this weekend. Or
Biggest thing with Terra is I think there are so many possibilities. The way you can do her unload order, the way you can actually summon your other abilities in between the two force of natures if you're quick enough. So you can crushing earth, shatter, obelisk, shatter, or monolith shatter. You can just summon both and shatter them both. There's just a lot of different combinations. I'm really interested to see what the players end up deciding is the best way to do it.
Not to clear up as well. Go on, what were you going to say, Fish?
The abilities themselves are fairly straightforward, but the interactions between that and the shatters create a lot of combinations.
And with the monolith as well, I was going to mention, that is actually something that you can't walk through in the game, correct?
Right.
No, it's just like Honor's Pillar
It's
kind of
like,
blocker.
like the pillar. Okay, because sometimes it looks like it was floating. So
I wonder if it despawns on the Gold Fury. Like Gold Fury despawns on her pillar
So she's got
and
quite a few
Odin
things
Wall.
to
I
like
wonder if it
disrupt
despawns
the map
those
and, like,
walls.
change across the map, putting the rock down. Some of the gaps in the jungle could be quite effective.
Like imagine if a Gold Fury's down, you're fighting for it, and you just slam your walls on people and stun them because it doesn't despawn.
Recolor Eva, so we can have a look at that, and it's a little bit more.
It's Hulk.
The green feel to this.
She's
one.
the Hulk.
Yeah, you know, Earth Goddess.
Green is mean.
She's the Hulk, bro.
This is her looking fully hulked
Oh
out
shit,
right here.
we're going Hulk Jungle Guardian mode.
Do not.
Easy.
Then she'll ult, and then the enemy team will get.
And I just want to
moving
mention
speed.
here too, while we're looking at this, and she's looking so statuesque and big and tall and strong, that she is very tall in game. She is much larger than Athena. She's almost Ymir's height.
Oh, is she? So she's a really tall
If
god.
you go up,
I didn't
Yeah,
know
she's
that.
if you
fucking
go
the
up
Hulk,
melee
bro, or
range against the
SHREK.
smaller gods, Artemis, Jing Wei, and
What's-
stuff. They
what
will
is,
look tiny
Oh, really?
compared to
Because
What is
her.
it,
she
Fiona
looks like
from
average
SHREK?
size for the
It's
gods
fucking
we have in
Fiona,
game.
bro.
Right, because we're not seeing too much other gods standing right next to her.
Copyright
here.
Inc.
Like fighting her.
Fiona
She's fighting Odin a little
from
bit.
SHREK
Pretty big,
is
but
now
she's
in
taller than him,
Smite.
too.
She's basically a giant.
Yeah,
She is
fucking
big.
G.
Crazy versus her.
What up, UT bro word?
Crushes your
Thank
mirror.
you for the
I know,
9
right?
months,
The,
man.
Specific
She
god
owns you,
ability
man.
interactions like that are something we haven't quite dipped into, but it always sounds like a good idea, right?
Awesome. Well, guys, if you've got any questions in chat for Fishman or AJ here today, let me know and I'll try to answer some of the questions.
Yo, look at how
you
small
guys
Artemis
may
is.
have
Holy tits.
About
Yo, she's a yeah. That's Fiona from
So
SHREK,
here's
bro.
Artemis. Look, barely even
Giant.
up to her elbows.
like,
Look, he can't even touch her tits.
Well, Artemis does have her.
She
little
could go to
elbows.
headbutt her and
She's
she'd miss her
leaning
boobs.
down a little
If
bit.
Artemis steps forward a little bit, she'll be walking.
It's a tarp.
And now we're just gonna trap each other here.
Well, while they're showing off some of that, I'm just going to
Fiona
try
from
and
SHREK
look
has
at
been
the Twitch
introduced
chat. Let's see
into
what we
takes
my
a
got.
few
boys and
seconds
girls.
to realize we're asking, so let's just
As
see
had what was
all over
the
seeing that.
princess?
The base model
Tell
was
me
just
that's
on
what it
screen a
was.
second ago. Ravana Fangirl.
Sure.
It's always the same.
Where? Oh, the thick. What it god? That's a good question. I don't really
Big Mama.
understand.
Wait, is that it? Is that the end?
Can
Are they
her
doing
basic attacks
questions?
shatter her walls? No, only her one can shatter walls. We actually did try that in development testing, using her basic attacks to shatter the walls.
All right, we're gonna say
and,
that's the end
It had some really
of
interesting applications, but
that,
the biggest thing was when
I
you
think.
wanted to stick on somebody and keep punching them and use your walls as
Um,
blocking volumes, you would accidentally, break them, or you would accidentally miss your basic attacks and hit the walls instead.
Yeah,
So
that's gonna be the end of that because they're just doing questions and shit now. So recap: Red Pot gonna be influential, I think, in the mid, like around level, like as soon as you hit level 7, I think it might be potential to get it. A lot of the god changes are minimal. Mercury change is okay; it's nothing crazy. Not gonna make him broken. Rat nerf might make a little bit of a difference. I don't know. All the god changes are pretty minimal. Item changes are cool. New god I'm gonna try in the jungle tonight. I will be doing PTS after whenever it's up. If it's up tonight after scrims, I'm gonna be doing it. That's for damn sure. I am gonna be done for now though. I was thinking about streaming, but I got some shit I really want to go do beforehand, and I want to get this on YouTube. So, did I find out who did the chargebacks? It was that Duck Sheriff guy, dude. He charged back 29 donations, and it cost me $400. Still fighting it. Hopefully, I win it because it's kind of bullshit. But anyway, stream tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. I'll be on right after scrims. I'll be there. You guys better be there. Come hang out. I'll see you all then. Have a good evening, guys. I will, is someone streaming? I think Maddie Pocket or someone's streaming, right? Maddie streaming? The Maddie stream? Maddie Pocket is streaming. Oh, but so is Incont. They're both streaming. They're both streaming. So many people streaming. Nobody else is streaming, right? No, okay. We're going to host some mother, because I think Incont's getting off, so I'm going to host Maddie. Have a good night, guys. I'll see you all at 10 p.m. Eastern.